Texas's Secretary of State is opposing GOP efforts to close the 2026 primary to Democrat interference. This is Monday, November 3rd, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Monday. Thanks for starting off your week with the Texas Minute. Dallas has been enforcing city ordinances in violation of the state constitution, while Houston is pushing forward on a multi-million-dollar homeless hub. Let's get into the news. Secretary of State Jane Nelson is officially opposing the Texas GOP's legal effort to keep Democrats from interfering in the Republican primary. The Republican Party is suing in federal court to force a change in the way party nominating contests are handled in the Lone Star State. Currently, Democrats can participate in the GOP's nominating contests without registering as Republicans, and vice versa. Already implemented in states like New York and Florida, closed primaries allow only registered Republican voters to select Republican nominees. Nelson is an appointee of Governor Greg Abbott. She's arguing that the party's lawsuit is premature, asserting that the GOP rule calling for a closed primary should not be considered until after the 2026 Republican convention. In her filing, Nelson said lawmakers should first have the opportunity to make the change legislatively. Of course, a measure to close the GOP primary was filed in 2025, but never given a hearing. It's worth noting that the Office of the Attorney General has sided with the Texas GOP in trying to close the primary. Dallas residents are suing their city for enforcing 89 specific ordinances that the city itself has admitted are in violation of state law and the Texas Constitution. The Texas Regulatory Consistency Act has been referred to by critics as the Death Star bill since it was enacted back in 2023. It's designed to rein in out-of-control local government and protect Texans from burdensome local regulations. Earlier this year, the Texas Public Policy Foundation identified 133 illegal city ordinances and threatened legal action should Dallas not repeal or amend them. The city had acknowledged 2 years earlier that the ordinances would be a problem, but had continued enforcing them. Now, 3 Dallas residents who have been impacted by the city's actions are suing, with TPPF acting as their legal counsel. The Houston City Council has approved a $16 million plan to create a homeless super hub east of their downtown, despite objections from nearby residents who say City Hall shut them out of the process. City documents show the property is valued at roughly $6.7 million, with the remaining funds set aside to cover renovations. Ongoing costs are projected to be upwards of $14 million per year. The facility is envisioned to be a 24-hour, low-barrier center designed to direct homeless individuals to housing, healthcare, psychiatric treatment, and substance abuse recovery programs. Neighborhood residents have criticized the project, worrying that the 24-hour nature of the hub will create new public safety problems rather than solve existing ones. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Every day I run into something that I'm dealing with a county judge.
Judge Bray recused himself, but as we'll soon see, he couldn't resist reinserting himself into the process.
Head over to TexasScorecard.com today to watch our latest documentary, Kicking the Circle.
More families are now suing the Salina Independent School District in civil court, accusing the district of gross negligence for enabling a middle school coach's alleged illicit locker room recordings of student athletes while the boys were undressed and showering. A criminal investigation is already underway. The coach accused of making the secret recordings is Caleb Elliott, who's the son of the district's head football coach and athletic director, Bill Elliott. The lawsuit asserts that nepotism and willful blindness enabled the predatory behavior of the coach on 2 different campuses. The lawsuits allege the district was not only aware of Caleb Elliott's prior predation of young boys, but deliberately covered it up, possibly to protect the legacy of Salina ISD's famed football program. Families in the case are seeking relief under a new law designed to hold school districts accountable for failing to protect students from sexual predators by eliminating districts' sovereign immunity from civil liability in sex abuse cases. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Sidney Henry, Travis Morgan, Michael Wilson, and Aaron Anderson. Our producer is Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great day.